All right, hello. Hello. Is there anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me. Dun dun. Hail my fucking ship. Say yo. Zero. Vessel Earthship. Yo. We will answer hail. Maybe ask you where you're from. Yes, we are now. You may be aboard this vessel as well. Because we could transport you and you would be here. Whereas here, we are where we are living after you take a cut of the land out and then shoot it through space. In theoretical fashion, of course, resulting in practical applications. Why? I'm not exactly sure why. I've come to some findings of there was things going on with our human organization structures that were breaking down our stability. There were definite attacks. They were in our nation's different areas. I don't want to say, I'd just say one of them so get over with, because one to be really fucking salacious. Salacious is a good way to describe it. It seems to be that the women's, different people trying to drive the thinking of women's in specific are trying to make them feel they're under attack. They also are making them disassociated from males in all areas of life under all conditions. They don't seem to be wanting women to be able to take the male's leadership role anyway. They're shutting it down. That has a negative effect on all people from earlier since it began till current time. Now it is sort of out of that. At some point, we just take this section of land and move it away, which may be the world moving and not us, actually, in the conditions of degradation and shit. Because when something is moving you towards the degradation and telling you it's a good idea, they're actually moving you towards degradation and then telling you a lie next. That lie is usually based upon a relationship that you already have existing in your life. At least it would seem to be the case in this case, from the observer position of the ship. Is the Earth down here. It's a drastic move. It's already having very stabilizing effects on my mind and a sort of, like, it's my whole being, so it's sort of, I feel a calmness setting in. It's very easy to sit into it. Like I'm sitting here, I'm not moving around, and I'm trying to articulate a response based upon a dowsing sort of frequency of peripheral data. And the data coming from the Earth realm regarding all the things that make people feel safe, I do believe I can be one of those people and run the scan. It seems to be we seem to have been under attack, red alert, for a long time. But at some point in time, we didn't hear the fucking alarm go off. And that was done strategically by our enemies. There are enemies of the people that let's say the enemies of the free people of Earth have been under attack for a very long time. Now, I then want to look where that may be coming from, and I'm not finding a physical place on Earth is the source. That doesn't change the orientation to out of attack at all. Seems to still be a strategic underway assault upon the earthbound humanoids, starting with family units. Family units are being subject to disillusioned forces. In all cases, family units, if they're not very strong, seem to be in a very shitty state. Men marry women. Unions are no longer broken. Likely fucking return to a stable, unknown. I only had one woman I married. I don't even know if she's in a stable situation or not. I'm left feeling that there's an unstable situation and a woman that I'm speaking for because I have children with her, and that's not going to change. So I'm going to remain open to the awareness. It doesn't seem like it's a good thing. I could probably ask her if she's okay, and she could say yes. But based upon the situation I currently look from, supporting data suggests that I'm not going to get that for the same reason we're under attack. I don't think she's the one doing the attack. But I do think that there's a leadership. They're colluding together somehow. That's been going on for a long time. That doesn't sound good at all. It's not. It's not very good. Now, it can become good, and I'd like to move that way. And we're sort of now in a different position able to do that. At least I am in my personal life. I do think it's a rather drastic perspective change, but it has to be done as I'm doing it here. So you see that I'm on the map, and I'm basically laying out the line of the boundary of the vessel, which I'm saying is an Earth vessel, because I am. And in keeping with that as being a real thing or based in some sort of objective reality and material world, the front of the vessel would be to the west, right where you see the as seen here. So it may sound weird that I'm walking this out like this, because it sounds a little bit weird to me, but I'm a little advanced, having done it already in a little bit of different ways. I can say that because it's actually something I'm attempting to do outright. I am getting some help by every single person that's one of those numbers 120. I already feel like I'm receiving constructive energy from, but it was destructive earlier. It was definitely a destructive form of energy. It might have been why I had sought to do a channel partially too. Well, I don't take that as bad data, and it may be beneficial for other people to do something similar. Because having departed the two realms, the Earth realm that is now, well, from my physical standpoint and ability to relax in where I'm at, I feel like way better new situation. I'm showing you how basically simple it is to do that. Because within this shape that I've drawn here on the map, for a long time I've begun to address different issues. Mostly they're based in personal relationship to a higher power. Now, I know that to be a Jesus sort of figure, so I don't need to impose religion over anybody. This vessel is not set out to do command conquest missions upon other versions of Earth. So I want to say that outright, because I think you could do that easily like the Catholics have, and I just wish to not, myself, go that direction. You're going to take this big-ass plot of land another direction, though. Absolutely. Basically, I'm praying over it. I'm asking higher power to keep within this boundary a certain cohesive natural family unit bound, strengthened family unit nuclear. Yes, I'm asking that. You need help asking. Higher spiritual forces, all sorts of all unseen entities like angels and such. I'm aware of your presence, and I would like to ask for you to help in a way that you don't find to be advancing improperly in my personal development and choosing to do things. I understand that you're already in a position to be helpful, and you exist. I don't personally know any angels. I mean, I know all the names of angels, and I've had different experiences. But from the place I find myself, having said that, I'm open to a new found relationship with those forces that I loosely would say are angels. Sounds right. I feel more open to that and awake and move in high velocity, of course. I already said that. Now, in the previous Earth realm, that is a great distance now away, wherever the hell the past will find itself in the future, I don't know. It'll be somewhere else. That Earth was fucking being sent to hell in a handbasket, I think you could say. Now, whether or not you're able to use my experimental test ship to a stability thing, we're moving high velocity. We're open to transporting over different family units and spreading them out. I mean, if the president's going to do that with the border, I don't see why I can't do the same fucking thing and counter it, and it already be a medical effect. It'd be medical. It wouldn't even be some sort of state thing. I will allow that. So I think they're doing a lot of things that are very, very attack to our fucking everything that we would be healthy and whole people. They seem to be at war with. I've heard this for a long time, and I thought it was odd. I didn't really feel like a conspiracy theorist, but obviously I'm a mad scientist type, so I didn't choose that for my experience. I do find it more of a choice I can make, and I'm looking at the perspective in that direction. You can take this as you will, but if it's a basic move that I couldn't move before, I feel like in a better place. So I think it might lend to someone being able to remain in a mental health balanced state as opposed into continual and fucking mental illness. Do you consider depression a mental illness? I consider it a mental disease in a way. I don't technically know the word for it. I don't want to give it a technical word. Okay, that's fine. Is it important to ask yourself these questions? I do think it is, because I think that you could be experiencing a lot of damage from the direction already traveling. Maybe because life happens already in one direction. I don't know. I say theoretical ship. And my vessel seems to be underway under the power of the Lord. It's like I'm following the Lord, people. I'm really not doing any different thing than I was already supposed to be doing. This allows me to orient myself to the Lord better. It's non-denominational, or non-denominational too. It's not a denomination of church. I don't think it technically qualifies as a church. It doesn't need to affiliate with any organizations other than the land it's on. Seems to be a pre-existing organization that has some sort of a... It does. What will be the next things that come into mind? Oh, the elemental realms. Definitely that's 4 different realms that have some sort of relationship to the presence called the Lord. I do think that if I use my words differently and I'm relating to them, that effect is from what I said. When I tried to look at the next realms, and that's where I went. I do kind of have a theoretical occult view, worldview already in place. You have an occult worldview? I have an occult worldview. It's based on occult research. That just means hidden. Well, if I'm de-occulting it, it's no longer going to be hidden, which is why we would be a ship underway and open to communication from vessels. Anyone out in this area of space? Hellas, do you hear me? Dun dun. I guess we are a ship shaped like something moving fast. You can come aboard, maybe play some shit or more. It doesn't seem to be a very hostile vessel. The inhabitants seem to be merry. I'm one of these inhabitants. I'm singing Pink Floyd songs. So there you go. The world is sort of a mess. The one that I think we're all mutually bound, the consensus reality tends to appear to be broken. I have responded. Other people may be starting to respond in all different ways. Now, I think that they're going to just respond in more destructive ways according to their relationship to some sort of unit. I think the land would be the best unit to be. Because other than that, you got roving bands called cops. They travel in units. They don't normally seem to be out to do anybody any fucking not harm. Although their primary focus is criminality and, major crimes or something. Actually, I don't know very much about what they do other than they're supposed to respond to emergency situations. If they do that, they wouldn't be affecting me as much. I don't cause emergency situations. I do my best to stay out of them. And then when I'm in that state, I'm actually more ready to try to help. If a cop was just to ask me, would you help me? Sir, would you help? And I'm from this position I'm in, I'd be like, yes, what can I do? I want to go that way. I'm not a cop, though. It doesn't make me a cop. It actually makes me less threatening to the next most threatening classification of human that tends to be in an organizational form. That's just a basic readout. It's the things that I could change, and I did with the help of the Lord. I had lost my fellowship status. It was my fault already. I'd become unaware, and I let myself believe things that may not have been true from areas that were not trustworthy. So I made that change. It took a long time of data gathering, but I did begin the sort of feeling it out stage quite a while back. So take that as you will. This is a video. Yeah, it is. You can see the shape. I'm clearly still making it, but I'm gonna cut the fucking. You're gonna cut it at this time. You're almost done. You don't know why you need to do that. No, I'm gonna do it.